Hi everyone. I am doing a video today, apparently. You might be wondering why I'm bothering to tell you that I'm doing a video. It's almost like it's something I do every week. But I guess the reason that it's on my mind at the moment is because this video is significantly less planned than usual. I had the choice. Do I either just not do a video today or do I do something today? So this is something and we'll see how we go. So welcome back to Autism from the Inside. We will find out what today is going to be about. I've had a really shocking day yesterday, and sometimes finding words is a challenge, and sometimes doing things is a challenge. Come on, words. So instead of my usual reasonably well put together video, significantly better put together than this video, I'm just going to have to trust that this is all making sense or close enough. I thought instead of just waiting until I have more resources and energy and capacity, I would instead attempt to share what's going on right now in the hope that maybe it's something a bit different that you can relate to regardless. So I don't know if you can relate to the question, that'll have to do. The question of, should I take the day off or should I push through? And where am I going with this? Today, Today, I have decided to have less lights. Normally, I would have lights on either side and it would be significantly better. And today, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Normally, I would have a pretty clear idea of what I'm going to talk about today. And I'd start the video with something like, this is what this video is going to be about today. But yesterday, I probably had the worst migraine I've had in living memory. And let me just tell you the brief story. How about I start with a story? So, I went to a birthday party in the city on Saturday, everyone else was drinking except me. Everyone else stayed out significantly later. Like, I caught the train home and I was in bed by like 11 or something. And the next day I woke up with, you would think it was a hangover, seriously. Feeling terrible, headache, all of that stuff. Headache turned into a migraine. I ended up like trying not to vomit for the whole day. And all of this because I went out to a social event with a small group of friends at a venue in the city, right? It wasn't even particularly loud. I mean, it was reasonably loud, but like restaurant level loud, not insane pub dance floor level loud. And it got me thinking how much of my life I spend recovering from relatively everyday events like that. And weirdly, I don't know if you can relate to this, but weirdly, I often feel guilty for taking the time off. Like I should be working, or thoughts like I have almost no responsibilities. I mean, I'm comparing myself to others my age who have kids or a full-time job, or both, right? Full-time job and kids. And they seem to never stop. And they're complaining that they're tired and they don't get a break. And then here I am going to one social dinner for a couple of hours on a Saturday and then being completely incapacitated for like 24 hours after that. I'm like, did that? Surely I used to be able to do these things, which is true. I definitely used to be able to do that with relatively standard repercussions. Like if I drank too much, I might have a hangover, but I was literally the only one not drinking, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who had to take an entire day off after that event. So I am trying to shift that mentality away from feeling guilty about not doing enough to recognizing that actually it's not like I'm on holiday. It's not like I'm taking the day off work to go to the football or something. I'm taking off a Sunday that was a really nice day. I could have gone out and enjoyed the really mild, sunny spring weather we're having in Melbourne at the moment. But instead of that, I was just trying to hold the contents of my stomach inside me. Come on, words. And drifting in and out of consciousness and just hoping that I pass out, essentially. The best case scenario for me in that situation is I essentially pass out and have a nap and wake up feeling slightly better. There's just nothing that I can do in that situation. Maybe some of you who experience migraines have similar stories or even worse stories. Where was I going? So how is it that I can feel guilty for taking a day off or for working as little as I do? Like I feel like I used to work 40 to 50 hours a week, and now my productive time is significantly less than that. I remember having a conversation at one of our autistic meetups in Melbourne, one of our in-person ones, talking about the disability support pension, and someone mentioned that one of the key criteria is something about being able to work, not being able to work more than 15 hours a week. And I was thinking, oh, so I'm not sure I am able to work more than about 15 hours a week. What does that say? And there's a few things it could say. There's a few things you could spin the story. You could spin the story in that I'm not working very hard and I am taking a lot of time off, and there's never any should, but it's easy to feel bad about that because I could feel lucky instead of guilty. This is not making sense, but I think you'll understand. I'm sure there are a lot of people who would really love to be in a position to be able to take a day off who can't take a day off. So when I remember that, it's easy to feel guilty that I can, like working for myself, I am really lucky that I can manage to survive taking a day off when I need it. Or instead, you could look at the whole thing in a very different way. I could look at the whole thing in a very different way and acknowledge that I'm suffering, for lack of a better word, through some pretty serious chronic health things that could even be considered a disability, depending on how you look at it. I don't typically associate with that word. Maybe it's just because I feel like I'm too privileged to use that word. I mean, I'm really lucky in lots of ways. So I don't, personally, some people really enjoy, that is not the right word. Some people identify with the word disability, which I haven't previously, although some recent challenges have started to make me question that a little bit. But the whole shift is away from feeling guilty for taking time off to recognizing that there are some really, really significant reasons that I am taking time off, and it is absolutely nothing to do with being lazy, nothing to do with not working hard or taking the easy way out or anything like that. Many of you may know that I'm writing a book at the moment, and I'm insanely frustrated how long it's taking. And I thought that I just needed to carve out some space and time so that I could focus on it and actually get it done. But it turns out, if I focus on it, I lose my words. If I focus on it for too long, like more than a day, I lose my words and can't focus on it more. Sorry, this is hilarious to me. The difference between the complexity of my thoughts and the words that are coming out is just hilarious. So when someone asks me, like they did on the weekend, how's your book coming along? It feels almost embarrassing how little progress I've made, given how much time I have dedicated to it. Now, in some ways, what do you mean little progress? I've got 20,000 words written, right? That's not little progress. That's a significant, I've got like basically 3 or 4 completed, well, not fully completed, but almost completed chapters, right? About 20,000 words, like good quality words written. That's not little progress. But at the same time, the fact that when I dedicate 3 full days to it, and then I get to the end of the first day, try again. I dedicate 3 full days to it, and then I get to halfway through the second day and just have to stop because brain doesn't brain anymore. That's not fun. That's insanely frustrating. And is that an autism thing? I don't know. Is it executive function fatigue? It looks a lot like executive function fatigue. Is it migraine related? Maybe. Does it really matter? Not really. The point is come on. The point is I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say in this video. And I was tempted to try and script it out and say, okay, I'm going to share a video, something about my migraine yesterday, something about feeling guilty, something about recognizing the struggle, something about hopefully being somewhat relatable to others feeling a similar struggle and or experience. And then I thought, no, actually that's beside the point. If I scripted it out and tried to do it well, then I would be falling back into the same pattern of just doing nothing until I can do it perfectly, and then doing nothing until I can do it perfectly. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up there, because if I do too many takes or anything like that, then anyway, we'll see. This video, I hope you've enjoyed it. Look, maybe, who knows? Maybe you might enjoy this video. Who knows? Yeah, thanks for watching. Other stuff that I often say at the end of the video. Bye. See you next time.